Chris hit us up. He said, why do people just assume Ohio State can win a national title every year? My answer is because they can win a national title every year.
Lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You gonna quit now? You should have quit 10 years ago. You should have been quit. You don't quit now. It's the 10th round. You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's about stamina. It's about you won't break me. You can't take me. It's too late now. It's too late. You should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now. The only chance at this point is you gotta kill me. And you gotta kill me now. And then when you kill me, my legacy will live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back for another episode of Buckeye BS. It's your boy Ron James here with my guys Cam and Mike. Fellas, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
What up? It's been a minute. It's been a minute for me.
It's been a minute, but we are back, and the Buckeyes are still undefeated, so not much has changed. The Buckeyes get a win 38-7 over Michigan State. I'm looking here at the show notes, and Mike wants to get right to it, but I'm going to toss it to you guys. The Buckeyes are 4-0. It's been a minute. Do we want to jump right in to what we saw that we didn't like yesterday, or do you guys have anything y'all want to get to before we discuss some weird stuff we saw yesterday despite a dominant victory by the Buckeyes?
Mike, you go ahead.
I'll say this, man. I don't ever want to watch a game on Peacock ever again, bro. That is terrible. Like, I have my normal setup. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it in on this other TV because I'm going to go out and do stuff over here sometimes and keep it over here. The delay was like almost a minute long between my 2 TVs, and they all plugged in Ethernet. So I don't know. What's up with Peacock? I'm not fooling with it. I don't like the production at all. And then I also just want to get this off my chest, man. Joe Klatt, you suck now, man. It's all Gus Johnson.
Cleveland Mike, not a fan of cock. Put it on the record.
Bro, me and Ron sitting on the couch, bro, and this motherfucker was like, bro, is like, do I need to go put some shades on? Because the contrast is so high, bro. It was all bright. Like, bro, you couldn't see players' fucking jerseys.
Bro, I kept saying to Cam, what the fuck is this on the screen? He's like, bro, it's the starting lineups. I'm like, I can see, but these graphics suck. They should have called your boy. I could have gave them better fucking starting lineup graphics than that, bro. The Peacock experience has been miserable. I'm glad. Is that the only one for the season?
I hope so, man. But I seen
probably not, bro. We probably got.
I seen a lot of former players was tweeting about it, and they weren't happy either. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, man. I was not a fan of the Peacock experience, but we did get to see the Buckeyes get a victory, so that's good. I'll watch them on any network. If we got to watch them on True TV, you know that we're pulling up and we're watching it like it's the NCAA tournament. But the Buckeyes get it done. Will Howard gets off to a hot start, goes 7 for 7, really gets Carnell Tate involved early in the game, and it's starting to become a pattern. We talked about slow starts. I mean, he had one slow start, but this is his second game where he starts off perfect on his first drive, but it's right here in the notes, Mike, and we're going to jump right into it. There hasn't been much to criticize about Will Howard so far this season, playing damn near flawless games. except for these random bonehead plays that we've seen out of him. I don't know who I was talking to yesterday. Someone said if you take away about 10 plays out of Will Howard's entire season, there's not many bad plays to talk about. You see one of them where he forces a hook into double coverage and they take it back. Your guys' thoughts there on what seems to be, I think they're I'm bored out here type of throws. Like sometimes he just starts, he knows he's at Ohio State. He has these guys out there and he just lets it go. We saw the little backwards lateral. Most of the time we saw them right before half. This one appeared a little bit earlier. Your guys' thoughts there on the turnover and Will Howard's play as a whole. We haven't really discussed it. Your guys' thoughts of Will Howard through non-con play, his first Big Ten experience, and then the turnover. So you guys start with the turnover and let me know your thoughts there so far on Will.
I'll go. I don't know. I mean, we heard in the offseason how he said that he feels like he has enough talent around him to not want to play hero ball. And which is a plus and a minus, I feel like. In a situation like last night where he was trying to make a play and he throws it in double coverage, I feel like if you're going to make a play like that, I'd rather him decide to do that with his legs and scramble around and go try and run and get a first down rather than trying to force a pass in a double coverage. Also, the thing with Bill that is the elephant in the room right now is I don't think that he's comfortable throwing those 50-50 balls downfield to our wide receivers. Now, I know that he's efficient on the RPOs and things that we did. We did a lot more traditional drop back last night. I don't know if that was just by design to get him ready for certain teams, but we didn't do a lot of the triple option RPO that we've seen him do throughout the weeks with the zone read to the bubble to the outside or with the spot route to the middle to kind of give him bailouts. So we did a lot more traditional drop backs with him. And you could kind of see when he's in rhythm, he's very comfortable with the ball outside of the hashes, but up the hashes and in the middle, like deep middle post routes, deep corners and things like that. I don't necessarily think that he's comfortable making those throws. And like we watched Alabama and Georgia last night, we seen the type of throws and the type of plays that need to be made to win those type of games. And
did you hear what Kirby said after the game?
What did he say?
Wow, that was different. He said almost everything that they saw from Alabama in that game had not been put on film yet this season.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder how much of this offense, I would say we asked this question about 2 weeks ago. What percentage of the offense do you think that we've seen? And I put it at about 30%. And you see Chip starting to get in his bag, but I still feel like we're only scratching the surface with what we've seen. And until we see the Oregon game in the play calling in that game, I'm not quite sure how.
I don't agree.
You don't think?
I don't agree because like we have deep options in the scheme that we've been calling. Bill just doesn't throw them. And we've had players that are deep. We've had players that are one-on-one deep, and he will choose to do the check down. He'll choose to throw it to a Mecca or somebody underneath that's covered because that's what he's comfortable with. But we have had options to go deep, and he hasn't thrown it. So it's like, I don't know necessarily if it's a scheme thing or a Bill thing. But against Oregon, I mean, I guess we can hope and pray that he will, want to go deep against a better team. But I don't know.
Honestly, I don't particularly care how it looks as long as it's efficient. If he's protecting the ball and teams are giving up the short game, I'll take it all day.
Yep.
Yeah, my whole thing on it is I mean, we did see the one interception, but I think I want to say I saw 3 others that possibly could have been interceptions. This is something that, I want to say, I saw somebody in the chat saying he has to get used to the athletes around him and things like that. I don't think that that's what it is. Like Ken was saying, he doesn't feel comfortable throwing the deep ball. And then also when he throws an interception, he definitely doesn't really want to, try it again throwing the deep ball. Like last week when he threw the interception, throwing it to Jeremiah, he had it again, and I believe it was even more open, but he just came off of it, did the check down. These were some of the concerns that I had. It wasn't about, he's going to be playing with better athletes. It's those what the F throws. Like that was my biggest concern coming into this season. But the way he bounced back after the interception, leading the team on the victory. I mean, hey, got to be happy with that, though.
What my favorite thing about is after the interceptions last year, you could feel the sorrow and the woe is me on the sidelines from our previous quarterback hanging his head, Ryan Day's face in the play sheet. Will's on the sideline smiling like, oh, yeah, that sucks. And Ryan's yelling at me, but I don't care because we're going to win by 40. And I'm still still the man when I get back to Columbus. And I like that out of my quarterback that someone said last night during the post game, they used the phrase unfazed by Will. And I like that. He hasn't seen to back down from any moment, whether it be an interception, whether it be his first home game in the shoe in front of 100,000 people, whether it be his first Big Ten road game. He has a poise back there. And Ryan Day talked about his poise in the pocket. I think his poise in general around this team is a much needed change in energy that he brings around this team. It's not as much rah-rah, but more I've been here before. And he doesn't seem like any moment has been too big for him because he's been the man for how many years at Kansas State while it's been up and down there as far as was he actually named the man or what did he become the man because of injury. But at the end of the day, he's played a ton of Power 5 games. He's competed at the highest level for a conference championship. And I feel like you see that level of comfort and experience out of Will. And for me personally, I think that's really comforting. I guess we will stick with the quarterbacks here. Will does take a pretty intense shot, and I think that did affect how much he ran in the second half. He takes the shot. Devin Brown comes in the game. Mike talked about the Peacock game being on delay. Cam and I pulled the phone out and called Chris Drew. And I said, hey, this game's still on the line. It's 17-7. If Devin comes in here and fucks up, we're cooked. They're going to talk so crazy. And Chris said, I got to go, and hung up. Chris was ahead of us, and I'm pretty sure saw what happened and wanted us to see the play. We hang up the phone and see Devin Brown deliver an absolute strike. What was going through your guys' mind when Will went down there? And did you have any thought of if Julian Sayin may make his appearance in the game?
Yeah, I mean, when they put him on the TV warming up, I'm like, oh, my God, they about to go insane. But, I mean, it was good to see Ryan Day, have trust in Devin Brown because – when Michigan State called the timeout, they could have put Bill Howard back in there, but they didn't. And we've seen how, Devin Brown, when he's throwing the ball, he likes to lead his wide receivers. And that's what we did. He led his wide receiver, allowed the, alien Jeremiah Smith to go ahead and make a play. So,
yeah, I mean, the whole Devin Brown situation for me so far is just like I have confidence if he has to go into a game if Bill Howard gets hurt because, I mean, he's the anti-Bill for real. Like, with Bill, you know that he's going to fucking hit that check down and be safe and be smart and make the right decision. When Devin gets in the game, you know he's launching that bitch to number 4 or to someone across the middle, and he's going.
Well, he's not normally launching it to number 4. He's normally launching it to like David Adolph because that's
but I'm saying like if he was getting in a game, we know that the different styles will complement each other. You know what I mean? It was kind of like when JT Barrett got hurt and we saw Cardell go in there, and it was like, oh wow, we have a whole different kind of quarterback that is more mistake prone, but also more big play prone. So. I'm confident, and I like the way the ball was coming out of Julian Sayin's hand, bro. So I think we're in good hands, bro. At the quarterback position, that was a great play by him. Great fill. He rolled out and avoided the rush. It is what it is. Like we've seen this shit from Devin Brown for 2 years now, bro. Like it's something about him, bro. Like if it's a big play or if it's a deep ball. He's locked in, but that little weak ass 5-yard out, he's going to fucking sell that every time. I don't know why. He just cannot throw that fucking pass. But give that motherfucker a 20-yard dig, bro. He gonna fucking kill it.
Dot it up. Dot it up.
It don't matter. I don't know what's wrong with her, bro.
One last note on the quarterback room before we move on. Aaron Nolan loses his black stripe this week during practice. You love to see it. All of the freshman quarterback have their black stripes off, and a little bit of a slow start in Columbus for Air, but he seems to have gotten things corrected, and it's going to be excited to see what this quarterback battle looks like in the spring this year. And I feel like while a lot of people may have written him off, that's someone that everyone should still keep an eye on, because that is a 5-star talent still in the room. The Buckeyes absolutely loaded at the quarterback position. Another room that they are loaded in, the running back room. TreVeyon Henderson. We talked a lot last year about the pass pro concerns about around Dallin Hayden when he came in the game. But there's one guy on this roster you don't have to worry about in pass protection, and it's TreVeyon Henderson. We saw the blocks earlier in the season where Trey absolutely laid someone out, and G. Scott's just standing there looking like, what the hell just happened? And he continues to do it again, makes a huge block on the touchdown that we just talked about. Just your thoughts about this running back room. It seems like they've elevated their game in damn near every game. Pass protection is not a concern. And then it just – I don't know if it'll ever get old to me. I almost have to pinch myself to make sure that I'm not dreaming. But every time I see one of those guys come off the field winded, I'm like, oh, here comes our other running back in the game. And it's one of those two. Every time it's either Quinshon Judkins or TreVeyon Henderson. That has to be so demoralizing as a defense that you never get a break. It's like, oh, man, the best running back in the country is going off the field. Who's coming in? I don't know, arguably the best running back in the country. So it seems like defenses have no chance to get a break. What are your guys' thoughts about Carlos Loughlin's running back room?
Let's throw some respect on Ashton Junty, bro. Okay.
Here we go, man.
Nah, bro, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I respect ball, bro. That motherfucking, he like 4 games in at 250, bro. Like,
Trey was averaging
9.3
yards a
but
carry.
He also ain't rotating out like our guys. He also ain't playing P4.
That makes it even worse, bro. He taking all the carries, bro.
He ain't playing
4
P4.
straight games. All right, bro. All right.
So your Cowboys taking a running back, first-round pick?
I mean, we need to. Shit. I mean, that motherfucker had.
Would you guys take
230 against Oregon, bro? We'll see what's up.
Would you? When's the last time a running back's been taken in the top 5?
Zeke.
The Cowboys.
That was a good pick too. Zeke was worth every piece of chicken.
So you heard it here first. Truth or Vandross, Cowboys picking in the top 5 this year. Moving on, Mike, your thoughts on Quinshon Judkins since arriving at Ohio State?
Love it, man. And just honestly speaking about all the running back rooms, I want to say shout out Ian K, because they said it in the chat. Coach Locke, no soft batch cookies in here. And I watched Trey's interview during the week, and he was walking in talking about he was basically talking about Coach Locke when he came in and said Coach Locke walked in and said he a dog. And to be honest, you can see that out of Trey. You can see how much more physical he is, because I felt like he was a passive runner. He was more passive when he was out there. But, man, shout out my guy Trey putting on the breastplate of armor or Jesus on him, man, and going out there and laying people out.
Nah, for sure. Bro, we didn't even really run the ball yesterday. So,
yeah.
Trey averaged 10 yards a carry yesterday. He had, what? Let me look. 7 carries for 69 yards. Judkins had 11 carries for 54 yards. So they both had 5 and 10 yards a carry. And Judkins had 11 touches and Trey had 7. So, and we covered and beat them 38-7. So that just shows me that we're pretty elite. And on what we can do. So I don't know.
Mr. Jones, thanks for the 10. Fellas, what's good? Great job. Keep up the good work. Matthew should start over Iggy. Mike, this Jamon. Oh, shit. We got to catch a game at the spot in the Colony one weekend. Yes, sir. Definitely. Hit me up. You know where I'm at, man. For sure. But what do y'all think about what he's saying about Matthew should start over Iggy?
PFS says the same thing. If you look at the coverage grades, Jermaine Matthews has been the best coverage corner damn near every time he gets on the field. You know, this is this is a main propaganda channel, and ever since the day that kid signed, when he earned his offer at Ohio State, and we knew that he was coming here, that like I've been so excited for this kid. I watched the tape coming in. I said, he's the best corner in his class. It's without question. I think he's the best corner on the team. I've been saying this since last year. And yeah, man, I think that I think that Maine should absolutely be getting more snaps, especially when you're seeing guys struggle like you saw last night. You saw Iggy have issues in coverage yesterday. And when you have a guy that can cover like Jermaine back there, I don't know why you don't get a guy on like that on the field a little bit sooner and not afraid to rotate.
I'll say this, man, because I'll tell you this one thing I can say about Iggy, bro. I felt like he brought that dog mentality into our room. It's a physical corner. But I mean, if we was watching that, it's like some of it I could blame on Iggy, but then I feel like I gotta blame Jim Knowles too, because why like after what the little interception or turnover that we had, and they on the short side of the field, you got this man playing freaking 12 yards off the ball. Like you just giving them the score, Jim Knowles. Why is he doing that? Why are you calling the defense where these guys continue to play? Like we heard we BIA. We heard our DBs are better. Why not allow them to be better?
Hey, Cam, I need you to respond to this. Yeah. Travis Hunter wouldn't start out Ohio State.
That doesn't even need acknowledged on this platform. So I'm
sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He would be wide receiver 1 at Ohio State.
It says start, not number wide receiver 1 or whatever.
I'm asking you. He would be wide receiver 1 at Ohio State.
I think Jeremiah would be a better receiver than him, but as a DB, he's 100% starting here over
for sure.
Fucking
is he the best DB at Ohio State?
Absolutely. You fucking kidding me?
Jermaine Matthews.
That's not a hot take.
Jermaine
Is that a hot take, Mike? Like what?
Jermaine Matthews better cornerback than
bro.
This is crazy,
bro. What? But the thing about Iggy is this, Mike. You kind of hit it on the head. What I was about to say, like we fucking we're sitting back in 10 yards, and what Jermaine Matthews is better than, he's better at getting out of his breaks at that 10-yard mark because he's faster than Iggy and breaking on those balls. So we seen Jim Knowles do this last year with the defense earlier in the season when we were playing weaker teams about not wanting to play as much man and not wanting to do as many fire zones and things like that. But we saw Jermaine break on those balls. We saw Jermaine get picks against Western Kentucky, take it to the house. We saw him get his hands on every single time that he was thrown at him last year. So that's what I think that Jermaine brings to the table as far as cornerback play does, with the way that Jim Knowles wants to play. Now, what is the strategy behind us sitting back playing 10 yards? Because when we came out in the second half, I feel like Ron Day told him, like, all right, come on, bro, like, let's get this shit together, like, da-da-da-da. And then we ran man coverage, we ran a couple man blitzes, and when they didn't fucking move the ball. So I don't know. I think with Iggy, like, Iggy needs to have his hands on the wide receiver. Like, I don't think Iggy's a good zone corner. I don't think he plays that great in space. I think he needs to have his hands on the corner. I think he needs to have his eyes being able to trigger and run to the run game quickly. When you just have him sitting out there in space, reading and reacting, that's not where he's comfortable, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like they had him playing safety or some shit. It's not a safety.
I want to switch back to the offensive side of the ball. We haven't had much production from the tight ends after, a position that's usually been featured in the Ryan Day's offense. I mean, when Jeremy Rucker got here, Ryan Day said that he would break the receptions record. He did not. Cade Stover did. A guy that we just saw leave Columbus. You would think that the tight end would be a more featured position. But again, tight end's not very involved, but we do see G. Scott start to get a little bit more involved. The 3 catches for 14 yards, had a big stiff arm, also had a holding penalty. Do we need more production out of the tight end room? And if we get it, where do you guys think it's going to come from?
I tell you this, I've been saying it. If we're going to throw the ball to the tight ends, let it be our athletic tight ends. I like seeing G out there catching the ball, making moves, stiff arming people in dirt, looking athletic. I want to see more of Jelani Thurman, not in garbage reps, man. I want to see more of Jelani Thurman. I think that those passes is there. The athletes have a more feel of the turf, and so that they don't slide and mess up a play and stuff like that. So, I mean, I want to see more of G. I think G is tight end 1. Obviously, like you say, he had the really they called it holding, but it could have been like hands to the face or face mask. But he just got to clean that up, man. And he'll be all right. But I wasn't upset with G Scott at all. I was more upset with our transfer tight end and Benny Christian.
Bro, Kak Marakamak and Bennett Christian getting schemed plays is malpractice by Chip Kelly. I don't understand on what planet Earth. I'm not this planet Earth. We gotta be in a multiverse, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Like Caden's still here.
I don't know what universe we in. I don't know if they in the one Thanos snapped his fingers in, and then they came back in a different one. Somebody go get Wanda. But all I know is, under what circumstance do you scheme up Bennett Christian, bro, for a fucking pass on third down? Somebody let me know.
It's almost like they'll never.
Who does that, bro?
Then
he fell so unathletic, bro.
Like,
he didn't even put his hand down, bro. Dude just hit straight to his fucking face mask. Like, bro, get his giver shitter up, get his athleticism up, bro. Like, come on, bro. I don't want to hate on the dude because he does great on his blocking ID and stuff on the run game or wherever we go out there in 12 personnel. But why the fuck are we scheming him?
You know how we feel about that.
Yes. Why the fuck are we scheming him for a fucking pass?
Bro, definitely got change of direction on 65, but
it was Christian Bennett that fell.
Bennett Christian, we're almost there.
But other than that, I mean, tight end.
Go ahead.
I said, but other than that, I mean, tight end position. I mean, Jelani Thurman has just had very bad luck. I mean, every single time that they schemed a pass to him, I mean, we schemed that RPO up the seam to him against Western Michigan. The ball kind of wasn't put where it needed to be. And then he had a crossing route against Marshall where he had some space to get loose. Bill throws it right behind him. And then we don't see him get any more targets. So I don't know. But G. Scott, I mean, shout out to him. He did what he was supposed to do yesterday. Caught the ball. He looked physical. He looked enthused. It is what it is. Like I said, it's Ohio State. We don't really know what these coaches think or what they want to do. It's a crapshoot every week with personnel. So who knows?
I want to get to this super chat. Our guy Elks with a message for Gmail. Here, me and Mike keep trading. I'm like back and forth. Who's gonna put the super chat up? Mike puts it up. I take it down. But here it goes. Jeremiah is him. Egbuka block. Block and Gmo still bitch made. If you guys don't know, probably the long
Gmo is a bitch still.
They gotta
Gmo's still a bitch. He knows. Hey, shout out Elks, bro. Gmo is definitely still a bitch, bro.
Hey, we gotta put them two in the same room, man. We gotta make it happen.
Bro, Gmo better start checking in when he in Columbus before Elks pull up on him and Bridge Park and not safe. Yeah, exactly, bro. We got another super chat from our guy here, Alpha Mel. Like and sub. Glad YouTube gave y'all chats back. 6 months. The only beef longer than our beef with YouTube was is Elks and Gmo. But I want to talk about some of the good that we saw on offense, and it's been the good that we've seen all year. You guys called me crazy. I told you last year when this kid puts his pen to paper and signs with Ohio State, he will become the best wide receiver in college football, and you guys told me to pump the brakes. Jeremiah Smith's looking like the best wide receiver in college football. I don't want to hear about that child that they have in Alabama. Jeremiah going absolutely crazy, 6 touchdowns in his first 4 games. I want to ask you guys, is he living up to your expectations that you had for Jeremiah coming into this season? Is he exceeding what you expected from him so far this year?
I mean, Ryan, last night on Voice of College Football post game, right? I shouted you out. I said when this man was a recruit, Ron James told us this man was the best wide receiver in the country. Soon as he signed, he said this man is the best wide receiver in college football. Even gonna be better than Mar. I said, I don't know, Ron. We got to see. He's just a freshman. I mean, we heard about all the stories. Now we seeing it in real life. And just, what he was able to do in that double team double team coverage. It wasn't an easy catch. People just make it out to be like, oh, it was an easy catch. Maybe for that guy, but them guys was like grabbing on him, had their hands in his face mask, all that stuff. So, I mean, yeah, Jeremiah's him. I seen LeBron tweeting about him, Geno Smith, Ocho Cinco said, JJ, you got 24 hours to send him a signed jersey. So, I mean, he's him, bro. I seen all of the tweets from all the athletes was watching him last night.
Cam?
JJ is definitely exceeding what I think the general public thought about him. And he still doesn't get crazy targets like that either. Like, you got to think, like, all the things that we see from him is just from just random ass plays where he just happens to get the ball. I think we throw the ball at him like 4 times a game, maybe 5 times a game, if that. And every like 3 out of the 5 is just something fucking crazy. He just cribs it and his stats look crazy. So I don't know. I think we still have yet to see the best of JJ. Like, how many times has JJ played a second half this year?
Barely.
Yeah. So once we get into like the Oregons and the Penn States and shit like that, that's when we're going to start seeing JJ, because that's when we're going to start needing our 5-star elite talents to start doing 5-star elite talent shit and big time moments. You know what I'm saying? What the old
honestly,
thing is, big time players make big time plays in big time games. And that's exactly what 4 is going to be for us.
I feel like there's going to be one game where Carnell Tate reminds you why everybody was so excited that he was coming here.
I told you yesterday on the couch.
You did. You called that yesterday. And I think it's coming because you just mentioned with Jeremiah, when we get these bigger opportunities, I think that could present an opportunity where teams commit to stopping Jeremiah and someone else goes off because they are so committed to stopping Jeremiah, whether that be the run game go nuts, whether that be Carnell Tate go nuts. And when I talked about Jeremiah Smith coming in, it was because of how highly I thought of Brandon and Carnell, because all I kept hearing during this national championship run when they won the first OT7 with SFE is Carnell and Brandon are the 2 best wide receivers in the country. And this 10th grader might be the best one on the team. And I'm like, but these 2 are different. Like, I'm not seeing anyone that looks like these guys. And you're telling me this 15-year-old might really be the one. And next year, all I'm saying is we got to get the SFE shirts in the bookstore, because when the top 4 wide receivers next year are 4 SFE guys and Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, and Mylan Graham, say a prayer for every defense, because they don't stand a chance. And you're going to see the full force of 2 7-on-7 national championship teams. People say, oh, you guys are building the 7-on-7 team. Yes, we are. We got the best corners. We got the best wide receivers.
Yeah, my opinion, when we play the best teams, when we play the best teams, I think that matchup with 17, because Carnell's going to be on either CB2 or CB3, because we scheme open Emeka. Like, Emeka is who we run our offense through. But they're going to have to put the other guy on Carnell, and Carnell's not an other guy type wide receiver. He just doesn't get the targets, bro. Like, the way that we're running our offense right now is just very orchestrated and schemed. Like, it's not very, like,
Carnell Tate could be wide receiver 1 at every 130 out of the 134 teams, and it might even be more than that. I mean, Alabama or Ohio State is the only place where he might not be wide receiver 1, and I still argue with the size mismatch that he presents in his elite speed that your guys are going to see it. He's a long strider, so it doesn't show on camera when Carnell is out there flying, but one day he's going to hit a crease and you are going to see elite speed that ran through Florida defenses when he was at IMG and a nationally ranked schedule. You go watch him back, Carnell Tate's highlights, and see that he is a burner too, and he's going to put that on film this year. So I can't wait to see the future of this wide receiver room. And we're talking about the future of this wide receiver room. You bring up Emeka Egbuka. This dude is on pace. He's going to set the all-time receiving record at Ohio State by like week 10. It was a thing that we started doing on all the shows, tracking, is Emeka on pace? Is Emeka on pace? Yes. Emeka is beyond on pace, and it's now went from is Emeka going to break the record to when he's going to break the record. And it just speaks to how talented this room is. When we just spent 10 minutes talking about Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and we have the all-time leading receiver in Ohio State history also on this team. But I want to move to the defensive side of the ball. Buckeyes off to a little bit of a shaky start at the beginning, and a lot of people have talked about whether that's due to Jim Knowles' vanilla play calling in the beginning of the game and then him tightening the screws in the second half. The first 4 drives, they were averaging 8.6 plays, 8.6 yards per play. The first 4 drives end up in a turnover on downs, a fumble. They score a touchdown after the Will Howard pick, and then a fumble. I want to ask you guys, are you looking at this defensive performance glass half full or glass half empty? You can look at it 2 ways. You could say that we were about to get scored on both times before the Buckeyes come up with a necessary fumble to keep them off the board. Or you could look at it and say the Buckeyes only got scored on 1 time, and it was when we turned the ball over. And if the Buckeyes protect the football and go down the field and score, maybe this Michigan State team doesn't even get on the board, and the Buckeyes pitch their second shutout of the season. How are you guys looking at this defensive performance? Glass half full, glass half empty?
I'm looking at it half full. I mean, it's basically what we talked about earlier. Like, whenever we're sitting back in that soft-ass cover 4, that soft-ass cover 3, and Jim Knowles is daring the offense to be able to execute on quick game down the field and score, and we've seen 2 teams that are able to do that back-to-back, which is Michigan State and Marshall, that was like, okay, you think that we're so trash that we can't complete slants and 5-yard outs 10 times in a row to get a field goal or to get a touchdown? Okay, Jim Knowles, I'll show you. And they do it, and then it's like, okay, like, oh, the corners need to do this, the linebackers need to do this, the D-line needs to do this. All right, fine. But then we come out second half and we run one little piece of man coverage, and that entire offense just fucking crumbled. So it's like, I don't know, bro. I just feel like Jim Knowles is trolling, bro. Like,
Hey,
I don't think that guy.
That's what I'm hoping, because
like, bro,
I've been saying this. It's like on defense, like, do we have an identity? Everybody almost basically returned, and it seems like we don't have an identity.
Bro, they seem like they be out there
defense.
bullshitting on purpose, bro.
Yeah.
But Cam,
Seriously,
I know
bro.
I'm just a Hall of Fame Twitter coach and, the 20th ranked team in my Xbox dynasty. But what do we talk about when we're playing defense on the game? I'm coming out here the first drive, and I'm not changing my defense from this base defense, because I'm going to see how you attack me and see if your offense is so limited that you show me something immediately in the first drive that I figure out how to take away. And I feel like we're almost getting that vibe out of Jim Knowles. Like, I'm not showing you nothing crazy, because if I wait long enough, I have enough athletes out here that you're going to show me. And what do you call it on the game? They're going to give us the cheese. Before the end of the game, they're going to give us the cheese.
I have
wait until Iowa or Oregon.
No. I have a conspiracy that Jim Knowles has ran. I need to go back and watch the all 22s, but I'm pretty sure Jim Knowles has ran a rotation of only 3 plays on defense, bro. He's ran that cat corner blitz, and then he's ran that fucking green dog where, like, the 2 linebackers, like, if the running back goes right, then the other linebacker blitzes and vice versa. And then we ran that just regular man, and then we ran that cover 4 fucking with Caleb Downs robbing the middle. Literally for the last 4 weeks, those are the only 4 plays we've ran. I promise you, we are not running real defense, bro. Jim Knowles is trolling, bro. I promise you, he's trolling.
So
Now,
you brought up the name. You brought up the name Caleb Downs. I said to you yesterday, it felt like this was the first game that we were watching the Caleb Downs that we all saw at Alabama. Not that he played bad, but it felt like every time I watched an Alabama game last year, anytime they were on the defensive side of the ball, you couldn't miss Caleb Downs on the field. And I just felt like because the Buckeyes were so smothering the past few weeks that while he was making plays, it wasn't the Caleb Downs show that it felt like it was last year when he was leading Alabama in tackles. You couldn't miss him yesterday. I felt like I was hearing his name damn near every defensive possession. Your thoughts on the addition of Caleb Downs to this team and his performance yesterday? Did you guys feel like that was his coming out party, as like you're starting to see the leading tackler from Alabama now play for the Buckeyes?
I just feel like he's starting to come into his own as a Buckeye, you know, just starting to feel comfortable in the defense. I think he's playing even faster in the defense now. And I mean, it was just like, boom, he just flashed across the screen, making tackles, getting guys down in the backfield, even just as a safety. The way he comes downhill, Brad, if the quarterback does not place it right, Caleb Downs might have a body on somebody, bro, because he ain't playing when he hits you. So
absolutely. I want to get to a couple. Go ahead, Cam.
Yeah, I'm not. Go ahead. You can.
I was gonna say I want to get to a couple of these super chats. Our guy Dez said, "Who's better, JJ or Ryan Williams?" Let us know in the chat. I mean, do I even have to say? I mean, this podcast is half sponsored by SFE. You know, I'm going with Jeremiah Smith. I don't care what they do. I said there's something. They talk about the SEC just means more. I don't know about that, because I be seeing people run butt naked open through the secondaries of SEC defenses on the regular, and that like I don't see in the Big Ten. So I mean, they talk about SEC speed, bro, but Ryan Williams be running through that defense like Lane Kiffin still calling plays down there.
Ryan Williams,
I don't get it.
Ryan Williams is just he's just been in bigger games so far and had the opportunity to make bigger plays. Like JJ has it. Like when JJ gets in the Penn States and the Oregons and the Iowas and shit like that, when we're playing real teams and he's making plays, then it's like, okay. But like so far, it's like this motherfucker been playing. He played in the fourth quarter in what, 2 games so far? USF. And
they just played Georgia, and you said when Jeremiah starts playing bigger games like Iowa.
I'm talking about.
He meant the Oregon game. He meant the Oregon and Penn State for the world.
No. I'm talking about Ryan Williams, and I said that, and he's been playing in the fourth quarters against USF and Georgia. And I said when JJ plays in bigger, you think Iowa's not a bigger game?
No, what I'm saying is it's just funny when you're like, this dude just coming off a crazy performance against Georgia, and you're like, wait till Jeremiah plays Iowa. I'm like,
I'm just talking about like the whole perspective. It's a little bit different
competition.
No, I'm talking about the whole perspective of like Jeremiah hasn't played 4 quarters, like in a real game.
JJ had to play on fucking Peacock last night. Like, let's instead of freaking primetime television. Like, what are we doing?
I got another super chat here that I want to get to from our guy, Gmo. Miami would beat OSU by 50. Elks loves Diddy and baby oil. I heard Gmo and Elks actually their beef started at a Diddy party over baby oil. That's just what the streets say. I can't call it.
They was arguing on who could be the slipperiest. He said, "No, I'm slipperier. No, I'm more slippery."
They said allegedly that baby oil got paralyzing materials in it.
My baby oil.
Do you guys even want to address the silliness about Miami versus Ohio State? I said I was in a Miami space last night. And I told Miami fans, somebody smell like shit. It's like, no, I told the Miami fans that outside of the guy named Ruben Bain, I don't think there is a single player on the Miami defense that could tackle Quinshon Judkins. So I'd love to see them in the playoffs, because Quinshon Judkins might run for 1,000 yards in one game.
I understand why Rutgers only had to complete single-digit passes just to beat them. I understand now. I definitely understand, because like you were saying, they're light in the trenches, bro. It just is what it is. And I know you want to be back. The ACC got you thinking that it's going to be back. But what have we told you, Gmo? What have we told you, ACC fans? That conference is trash, bro. You're not playing anybody. And then as soon as you do, because remember, Gmo, you were the one who said, you don't play nobody. You play the Rutgers of the world. And what happened when you play Rutgers?
I kept hearing yesterday in the spaces from Miami fans that yesterday was Virginia Tech's Super Bowl. And I said, their Super Bowl? They played a better team last week. They played Rutgers the week before. How is Miami their Super Bowl? Rutgers a better team than Miami, as history would tell us in their most recent matchup. But enough about those bums in the ACC. We have more to talk about Ohio State. Special teams. We kept the ball in bounds yesterday and made a field goal. Surprise?
No. I mean, I guess like I would like to see our punt team be a little better. I would like to see our punt team get a little more elite because I watch a couple punt. Like, I guess I'm just a little jealous of Michigan's punt team. Like, they are very elite at pinning the ball, and that was the difference in us losing.
They get more practice, Cam.
No. They are, bro. We are this close, but we need to be more elite at flipping the field whenever we don't get
like
points.
The Steelers.
Like any team, that's great. Like we just need to flip.
Oh, so the Steelers are great. You heard it here first.
Not the Cowboys.
In the top five.
You didn't say the Cowgirls.
Man,
So I told
Got it right.
This ain't an NFL show, but I told you yesterday it's gonna be real
it.
heartbreaking when you motherfuckers take your first L to the Cowboys in your crib. That's what's gonna hurt. All right,
Are you
so
putting it on the record?
oh no.
Oh, is it in here, Mike? Do we still have it?
We still got it.
Play it.
Oh man. Oh, I clicked on the wrong.
I don't think it's in here.
It's in here.
Yeah, but other than that,
on the record. The Steelers are great, and allegedly they're going to beat us. I don't believe it, but Cam's in here telling big lies on a Steelers Sunday. Back to Ohio State football. We want to talk about winners, and only some of us root for winners in the NFL.
I just think we need to get our punt team. I would like our punt team to be a little bit more efficient, more elite. And our punt return team is great, but I think Brandon Ennis is a very good punt returner, just not the fastest guy. But other than that,
we're to the point where we're doing reruns, Mike. This is something that we have talked about on this show relentlessly. Urban Meyer and Ryan Day. You didn't put Urban's name with this stat, but it was a shot at him, and I'm going to read it. Mm-hmm. Ryan Day, 43-0 versus unranked opponents. They said that the Buckeyes did not level up, and Ryan Day inherited a Ferrari. My Ferrari used to get flats. We're losing to Michigan, but we're playing different types of Michigan teams. Ryan Day is getting the job done, and honestly, he doesn't have a choice, because if he took some of these losses that we saw Urban take back in the day, in addition to losses to Michigan, the seat would be on fire at this point.
But he went 7-0. So
yeah, Urban went 7-0 man. But and I ain't about to get into it.
That's the end of the story.
I ain't even about to get into it.
Close the shop. It's over with. And he got a natty. So
we're gonna come back to this.
Over.
Okay. I mean,
Mike said we're gonna come back to this. Actually, I got
come back to this, man. Fucking losing to the Virginia Tech. It's not the fact that we lost to those teams, right? We got our ass whooped. On the national stage. There's a difference, bro. Hell nah, bro. Ryan Day don't lay down. We still beat Ohio State. And then also you want to bring up Urban Meyer, 31-0 in the goddamn playoffs on the biggest motherfucking stage. Dumb shit like that.
Bro, hold on. I did not know.
Ryan Day had to slide for Urban.
Hold on. I also want to talk about this. During the season, when Ryan Day realized this defensive coordinator, he ain't about to do shit. I gotta do something. He demoted him. This nigga Urban Meyer kept and won it for 2 years running. wins.
And it was his fault that we had Corey Dennis as long as we did.
Come on, man.
All
We could talk and want to blame this first time head coach for all of this BS, but as a football player, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about the game being a game of inches. Hold on, Cam. Hold on. Don't talk to me about the game being a game of inches. Don't talk to me about the game being about a bounce of the ball being in luck, and then not talk about what that team up north didn't have a fucking advantage, bro. Come on, man.
Hold on. You gonna act like Ryan Day? I mean, Urban Meyer don't got 2 dubs against top 4 Michigan teams, bro. Let's not act like that. Urban Meyer got 2 dubs against the number.
Seen Ryan Day
3 and number 4.
Ryan Day put belt to ass. No, I'll let
Who was brought here to do that?
Don't cut me off. I'll let you do your whole shit, Mike. Don't cut me off. I'll let you do all that screaming. He got 2 dubs against Michigan, in a top 3 matchup. Beat both them niggas. And you talking about Urban Meyer has a regular season loss or whatever to whatever, blah, blah, blah. I am not disputing.
No, say the names. Say the names.
Purdue, Iowa, in blowout fashion, and we lost to Virginia Tech. I am not disputing that. And we lost to Michigan State. And we lost to Michigan State. I am not disputing that. And Penn State and Michigan State.
James Franklin's only win over Ohio State, but continue.
That's fine. Penn State only lost over Ohio State. That's fine. But the motherfuckers got a national championship, bro. You 2 motherfuckers in the same podcast, you gonna tell me in 2019 when we was playing Clemson and Ryan Day scary ass wasn't trying to go for the 4th down when we kicked 6 fucking field goals instead of putting Clemson the fuck away?
Hey, the good old days, back when we made 50-yard field goals. We made a last 50-yard field goal. I'm longing for those.
Cam really want to go there. It's crazy, Cam really want to go there because I'm gonna put some clips out of you, Cam. I'm about to put some clips out of you.
Y'all ain't gonna let me talk. I'm
about to put some clips out of you. You backpedaling now. You backpedaling now.
How am I backpedaling?
Because this ain't what you said during the Urban Meyer transition video.
No. I'm agreeing.
You want to blame a first-time head coach, and then you want to give a motherfucker who got all these experience, all these passes. That makes no sense to me. That makes zero sense to me.
Have 2 natties if Michigan wasn't cheating.
First-time head coach on the biggest stage, and you got all these excuses for Urban Meyer.
Go at Florida.
Oh my God. What are we
undefeated at Utah?
My experienced coach who was a 2-time champion before he got to Ohio State. Let me make excuses for this man. Bro, you underachieved here. You can't lie about it. Did Urban underachieve here? Yes or no? Did Urban underachieve here? Yes or no?
Wait. Are we talking about Urban Meyer at Ohio State or Urban Meyer as a coach?
I'm letting you.
Because we're talking about Urban Meyer as a coach.
Bro, don't do that. Bro. No, bro. Because don't sit here and because you can't sit here and say that first time head coaches don't go out here and make mistakes that they have to learn through. And these coaches like Urban Meyer got to make his on a smaller stage than what Ryan Day did.
Here we go. You're asking me to Urban Meyer underachieve at Ohio State, right? Correct.
He did.
So what the fuck is Ryan Day doing?
It's a first-time head coach.
Ryan Day would have 2 national champiomships if our rivals weren't cheating. So
what? I need to know what first-time head coach. What first-time head coach has just won a national championship? I'll wait. What first-time head coach won a national championship? I'll wait.
What do you mean first-time head coach?
What first-time beginning head coach with just maybe 5 years experience as a head coach ever won a national championship?
Kirby?
No. This would be Ryan Day's first national championship would be the same time as Kirby if he did it this year.
6 years, right?
Yeah.
So that's same time.
So we're going to win, but are we not winning Natty this year?
You said it's Natty and Buzz?
I think
there you have it. Better than Urban. 43-0 against unranked opponents and Natty this year.
Boom. Moving on. Shit. What
Bring
you
the
talking
ball.
about, man? First time head coach, man.
Let's bring this. Let's bring this down,
Kirby
bro.
learned
Because you
under
trying to
Nick
scream,
Saban for
you trying to
10
scream
years,
and
bruh.
get these weak ass takes off.
I ain't no
Ryan Day, hold on. I think that we're winning a national championship. I think that we're the best team, but we ain't win that bitch yet. So I
So
don't
when
know
we
what
come back,
type of
But you
victory
have the
lap-
faith in him to do it this year. You've been screaming
Okay,
it all
that's
year
fine.
that Ryan Day
But
is doing
until
it
that
this year.
nigga
This is
raising
it.
a fucking trophy, what
Man,
does
this
it
is
matter?
crazy. This is
Bro, we
crazy.
giving out participation trophies now. 'cause
Ain't
we
nobody
like the
giving
coach?
out participation
Is that what we doing
trophies.
now, Ron?
No.
Is this what we came to as a fan?
I'm
base?
giving out a 43
I
and
like
over
Ryan Day,
unranked
so I gotta
opponent's
give him
trophy.
a participation trophy because I
Man.
think he's gonna win a natty.
43
and
and
I want him to
0.
win a natty.
43
What
and
the
0.
fuck?
What's Urban's?
Like, come on, bro.
What's
Not
Urban?
that.
What's Urban?
What's
Actually,
Urban what?
Ryan Day actually has
What's
the highest
Urban?
winning percentage of any coach all time
That's fine.
that's not named New Rodney.
That's fine.
Not
I
against
like Ryan
unranked
Day.
team.
I think Ryan Day's great. I think Ryan Day elevated a lot of things with our program, but you can't have those same takes about Urban Meyer and then completely put it all on Ryan Day, saying that we didn't have opportunities to win a national championship when we absolutely did under
Hey,
Ryan Day,
someone get Gmo.
especially in
Kyle so he-
2022 against
Man.
Georgia.
We've had more. Have we had
Especially
more
against two-
opportunities or the same opportunities with Ryan Day here?
My guys, a shout out our guy Mike Green.
Urban
My
won
guys.
in year
We have to
3.
continue to get better,
What are
fellas.
you
And
talking
that's
about?
I think Mike hit the nail on the head right there. We have to continue to get better.
Nah, bro.
And
No,
we're
no,
doing
this is
that, and
nasty.
we're-
No,
and
no,
we're
no,
doing
no.
that, and we're
No,
doing that
this
under
is
Ryan
nasty.
Day, getting
This
better
is
than
nasty.
Urban Meyer.
I will never ever diminish the fact that Coach won a fucking natty, bro.
I'm not
That's-
diminishing it.
No, that's what you're
I'm not
doing.
diminishing it.
No,
But-
you are diminishing the fact
No,
that
I'm
Urban
not.
Meyer got
I-
fucking hardware, bro.
When he came
Yes,
here,
you
I
are.
expected a fucking natty.
Get the
You
fuck
know
outta
what?
here, bro.
I expected
Bro,
more than one natty.
Watch out, bro.
You just
Fuck
said
outta
he
here.
underachieved here.
That's fucking
You just said it.
with the national
Dang.
championship, we still underachieved.
Hey,
So what
okay,
the
I
fuck
give
you
him his
talking about
natty,
Ryan
but
Day?
damn, how many natties should he have had then, Cam?
Oh my god!
Hold on, Cam, tell me how many natties should he have
How
had?
many
since
natties should we have had with
Hold on,
Justin
hold on.
Fields and fucking CJ
Yeah, that's
Stroud?
what you want to
How
talk about.
that?
So you've already
many
said
natties
that.
should
You've
we have had with
already
Justin
made
Fields
your
and
point,
CJ
Cam.
fucking Stroud?
So make the point
Let's
for
hold
Urban
Urban
Meyer.
Meyer accountable
How many
because
natties
of
should
Cardell
Urban Meyer
Jones
have had?
and JT
The best
Barrett,
motherfucking
nigga.
team we
Tell
have ever
me
seen
what
in
the fuck
2015.
Urban would have did
We
with
missed out.
CJ
Couldn't get a
Stroud
natty.
and Justin Fields.
Dang,
nigga.
man.
Fuck outta here,
Dang,
bro.
bro.
If Urban Meyer had CJ Stroud, he would have been a
CJ
backup
Stroud ain't had no
quarterback to a
defense.
running
CJ
back.
Stroud
but
ain't had
we
no
don't have to talk
defense.
about it.
Shit, CJ Stroud
I
ain't
ain't
had no
hearing that, bro.
defense.
Bro,
CJ
like
Stroud would have
y'all
been backing up
just
JT Barrett.
y'all just trying to hold. Y'all just
How
trying to
many
hold Urban Meyer
natties
for what,
should?
bro?
Okay, how many? You said
I
how
like
many
Ryan Day
natties
too,
Ryan
bro,
Day
but
should have
come
had?
on,
How
bro.
many should have
I
Urban
like
had
Ryan
here?
Day too, bro.
How
Come on,
many
bro.
should Urban had here?
How many should Ryan have right now?
You already answered it. We cool.
Justin-
Boom.
Ryan Day
Good.
should have
How
5.
many Urban? Why are you ducking that question? You
Urban
keep
should have
ducking it.
2. Urban should have 2. We should have won a 15.
Only 2.
Yeah. Do you think that we were better than Bama and Clemson in 17?
Oh
Like,
my
be honest.
gosh, bro.
Be honest.
Only 2.
Be real.
This
Were
is
we better than
crazy.
Bama and Clemson in 17?
But you're saying that the CJ Stroud teams was better with no defense. This is crazy. I'm gonna walk off because that's crazy. I can't believe that you sat here and said you wanted to say that the 2017 wasn't better in all of this, but the CJ Stroud team's supposed to be good with no defense. Come on, Cam, you just killed the whole
We lost.
argument. You killed your entire argument, bro.
We lost to the national championships by a
This
fucking
is
field goal,
hilarious,
Mike.
bro.
We lost to the
This
national
is
champions.
hilarious, bro.
We lost to the national
This is
champions
hot.
by a
with
field
no
goal.
defense. With no defense, Urban
By a
couldn't even
field
do
goal.
no type of shit like
With
that
the-
with no offense.
we had a
Urban
generational
could-
fucking
31
quarterback.
and
Are you
0.
fucking kidding me?
31-0.
Didn't Deshaun Watson win a
That
national
shit
championship
ass,
with his
bruh.
defense giving up 40 to Bama?
Damn.
Isn't that what happens with great teams to have shootouts? So we can't win shootouts at Ohio State? Is what you're telling me?
Man,
With a generational quarterback? We can't win
that's
shootouts?
crazy.
Not when Jaden Phillips.
Mike,
Not
Mike.
when
You
Parker.
don't win shootouts.
Crazy,
Not when
bro.
Parker
We don't win
Fleming as
shootouts
our
at
special
Ohio
teams
State?
coordinator.
Yeah, bro. It's
We
crazy.
don't win shootouts. All right, we don't win shootouts. Bet.
So, like we were saying, Ryan
crazy.
Day 43-0 against unranked opponents.
We don't win shootouts.
Better
Because we don't play
record than
special
Urban
teams.
Meyer.
But let's talk about the defense.
You just
Hold on,
killed
hold
your
on.
whole
Let's-
argument,
no,
bro.
I
You
don't
just killed
give
your
a
whole
shit.
argument,
No,
man.
we were in a
You
fucking
just killed
shootout and
your
missed a
fucking
field
whole
goal.
argument, bro.
Bro, this nigga Mike, bro, he just talked.
We
to
missed by a
himself
field
to
goal.
make
So
us win in our
you're
argument.
mad about missing over a field goal more than 31-0. Gotcha. Understood. It's okay. It's okay.
I didn't think that 31-0 team was
It's
a
okay.
national championship winning team, bro.
It's okay.
I didn't think so. I didn't think they were that good. We lost to Penn State that year.
But we were a
What you
national
talking about?
championship team with no defense. Hurt. Okay. Understood.
Yeah. So why are we in a position to win
Understood. That's
with a
crazy.
game-winning field goal to national champions?
That's
Tell me
crazy.
that. Tell me
That's
that.
crazy.
Why were we in a position to win with a
That's
field goal,
crazy.
Mike? Tell me.
We weren't. Because guess what? He wasn't able to hit that shit. And we knew
Oh my
it.
God,
And I
bro.
told
Mike
you.
is
I
fucked,
told
bro.
you, motherfuckers. He
Watch
wasn't
out, bro.
hitting it. I told
Watch
you.
out, Mike.
I told you.
Watch out, bro.
Y'all
Watch
good?
out, bro.
I told you.
All right, so when we watch those Bama Clemson games, they was putting up 40 on each other.
Y'all are done.
What is that? What is that? Did they not have defense either, or did they just have
Oh, man.
excellent quarterback play?
We knew we was
No,
letting
no, no,
other
no.
teams
Answer.
put that up. I ain't
Answer.
talking about
Answer.
that.
Answer.
Oh, we didn't
When
have
we
no
see the shoot-
defense.
when we see
We was
Clemson
letting
and Bama-
Utah. Come on,
when we
bruh.
see Clemson and Bama getting
so
shootouts.
now Utah is of the Clemsons and Bamas. Because how many points did Utah put up on us? Come on, bruh. Come on. We don't do this. Don't do this.
So when we saw Clemson and Bama getting
Don't
shootouts
do this.
and fucking one,
Steven, I want to
because
say
of
this.
defense,
Steven, you are
they win a
wrong.
shootout.
Steven, you are wrong. I do want to
Did they
say
win a
this,
shootout?
Steven. Dang, why is it not?
Okay,
Is you hitting it, Ron?
hey, Ron, Mike not gonna answer me.
Mike rather have a win against Purdue as
Mike
Devin
not
Natty.
gonna
That's
answer
not
me.
true because that
Mike
didn't
not
even
gonna
come in
answer
the same year.
Mike
But I
not gonna
would
answer
like
me.
to have stacked
Mike
one
not gonna
natties.
answer me.
Is what I would have
Mike
liked.
not gonna answer me. Okay, there's a difference.
Because if we
when-
beat Purdue,
there's
we
a
get a
difference
chance
when
to go.
Bama and Clemson get into a shootout, but when Ohio State do it, it's because we don't got defense. Bad.
Yeah, hold on, Cam. Please tell me that in 20 that year we played Utah, we had in Rose Bowl, we had a defense. Please tell me we had a defense. We had a defense. Tell me that we had a defense of the caliber of the Alabama that you're comparing. Did we have a defense compared to
You're
that?
missing my point. You're
Oh
missing my
my
point.
God.
It was a
bro,
shootout
this is what you're
regardless.
talking.
It was
bro.
on
This is
the
what I'm
quarterback
saying, bro.
play regardless.
All right, so now there's no standard.
All right, we got a super chat from our guy Mike Green.
What are you
Mike,
talking about?
could Ryan Day build his own team? Stop the cap. I think he could. I think he did. I think you're looking at a Ryan Day built team right now.
Yeah.
It's a national championship favorite. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Mike. We have another question that I want to get to from our guy Des. Are the Steelers beating the Colts? Mike, get it up, get it ready, get it ready.
Hell yeah.
Put it on the record. We're beating the Colts. What kind of question is that? We got Justin Fields as our quarterback, man. Does anyone disagree that the Steelers are winning today? We have gotten so off topic. I just wanted to emphasize that we don't be losing to them fucking scrub ass teams no more under Ryan Day. On to bigger and better things. We're gonna get a national championship and revisit this conversation later. But the Buckeyes have another conference game next week on CBS at 3:30. The Buckeyes are 4-0. Fellas, is there anything that you guys want to get to? Because we're going to probably just take this conversation off air. I got about 16 hours of NFL football to watch and college football 25 to play on the game. Mook, if you're out there watching, our commissioner in our Dynasty League, we're advancing this week. Make sure you get to that. If you're in the Discord, make sure you tap in with us. Fellas, is there anything that you want to get to before we get out of here? Because your boy is about to park his ass in front of the game for the rest of the day.
No, I just want to say I'm not saying Urban was trash. My thing is he underachieved here, and I just like to call it out. I don't think that there's anything wrong for saying that he underachieved here.
I agree with you on that take, but I'm saying
Okay.
you can't say that Urban Meyer underachieved and say that Ryan Day hasn't. It's my thing.
No, I mean, look,
Like-
I'm saying obviously
You can
these
like
are-
both.
here-
I like Ryan Day.
but
like,
here's
you
the
can't
thing.
put
Here's
that
my
on
whole
Urban,
point
like,
about
you can't,
first
bro.
time, and anybody who has watched this show has heard me say this. first-time head coaches are going to make mistakes and have growing pains that they're going to have to learn how to get out of, right? That's just something that I knew when we took on the first-time head coach. It seems like everybody was expecting, oh, natty with this first-time head coach. And I just wanted to say I was not of that because it does not happen. It doesn't. And yes, we talk about Kirby did it in 6 years or whatever. He learned under the GOAT how to run a championship.
Kirby avoided Alabama. That's what he did.
That too, but you can also say, did he not learn under the GOAT for over 10 years?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's all I'm saying is when it comes to that, I think that is fair to criticize Urban Meyer because he did underachieve, and him having all of that fucking experience, there is no excuse for that. But everybody wants to give him that excuse because of 7-0, and I just don't think that's cool.
Before we get out of here, there are 300 people watching us argue about Ryan Day and Urban Meyer after a 38-7 victory just because of a stat of 43.
Hold on. Michigan State was what Michigan is now, low key, during Urban Meyer's tenure. So it's like, think about it. They won the Rose Bowl in 2013 with Connor Cook and won the Big Ten. We went to the Natty the next year in 14, and then they went to the playoff and won the Big Ten again in 15 with D'Antonio. So, I don't know, bro. And then Ryan Day's 1-3. Now, granted, Michigan cheated, but 1-3 against Michigan.
I mean, here's my thing, though. Like, if the NCAA comes back, here's my thing, because I think you said this. If the NCAA come out, you want to revisit this, right?
For sure.
Okay, so if let's say they came back, said, "Oh, it's official. They cheated. They did all of this stuff or whatever." When you revisit it, what were you gonna say?
Do you have any type of?
What were you gonna say if when you revisit it and it's confirmed that they cheated?
Oh,
what were you gonna say? Are you gonna still hold those against them?
I would say they hold my coach, and he cheated.
Okay, are you gonna still really hold that against them though?
For taking an L? No.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was all my whole point.
All right, back to Steelers Sunday. Let's get out of here.
Hold on. One more thing though. That 2021 L, cheating or not, bro? They were better than us.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that. I will agree with that statement. I will agree with that statement.
That game didn't matter. But I will say this.
Tommy Eichenberg, the best linebacker, and we miss him. That's what Cam said that yesterday. We miss Tommy Eichenberg. We went this whole show. We spent fucking 40 minutes talking about how fucking Urban Meyer this, Ryan Day that.
It's your fault, Ryan.
They don't want to talk about the real issues. Tommy Eichenberg is better than every linebacker on this team, not named Arvell Reese. But that's a conversation for another day. We will get into it next week here on Buckeye BS. My Steelers got asked to whoop. Mike's Steelers got asked to whoop. If you root for a team in Ohio that plays in the NFL, no one will judge you for rooting for Justin Fields if you want to be happy on a Sunday. Mike, let the people know where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at 216__Wild Catch us here every Sunday.
Wow.
Buckeye BS.
That's a crazy statement.
And Saturday post game, catch me, Mark Rogers, Voice of College Football, Ohio State channel.
Cam.
What up? Catch me. I know things 19 on Twitter.
If you want to find me, you can find me at 2Ts on Twitter. You could find me Wednesdays on Bleacher Report at 5 p.m. with my guy Chris Drew doing weekday previews. You can catch me Monday through Friday with my guy Q for the Buckeye Roast. We are live every day on this channel. So if you like what you saw today, I'm not normally that much awake on the Buckeye Roast, so you're definitely not going to get this type of energy, but it's still a good show, so I would tune in. So make sure that you tap into the Buckeye Roast. Be sure to check out Mike and our guy Terry on Wednesdays for the Fans Edge. Catch us for our halftime spaces during the games. I mean, you can find us absolutely everywhere. And one more super chat before we get out of here. We have an LB that's playing like Tommy. I don't think so. Not that elite. he may be out there looking like Tommy in stature, but he ain't playing like him, bro. That ain't all.
I think he talking about Cody. I think he talking about Cody.
I know who he's talking about.
What he play good, bro?
Yeah, like he not Tommy caliber yet, but he getting there. We're gonna talk more about the linebackers, man. But the Buckeyes are 4-0, guys, and you know the best thing about 4-0.
Chance to go 5-0.
Yeah. What you got, Cam? Do you know the best thing about 3-0? Do you know about that?
Get me out of here, man.
Here we go. We got a Steelers Sunday. Everybody, make sure you tune in to Justin Fields, Buckeye legend, and let Cam tell it. Ryan Day underachieved with them. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Whoa! I didn't say. I said if you're gonna apply that logic to Urban, bro. Like it's got to go both ways, bro. It's got to go both ways, bro. Like that 2019 team not making a natty is crazy. I don't care what you say.
We can continue this argument in the Discord. Bro. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting on the game. I'm Ron James. That is Mike. And that is Cam. Make sure that you tune in every Sunday for Buck IBS. We appreciate you tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the video. It costs you absolutely nothing. If you're on Twitter, make sure you retweet it. Throw a like on that video and catch us. I mean, we're live 7 days a week on this channel. We appreciate you tuning in. And you know how this ends. Go Bucks and OH.
Ayo.
Chris hit us up. He said, why do people just assume Ohio State can win a national title every year? My answer is because they can win a national title every year.
Lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You gonna quit now? You should have quit 10 years ago. You should have been quit. You don't quit now. It's the 10th round. You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's about stamina. It's about you won't break me. You can't take me. It's too late now. It's too late. You should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now. The only chance at this point is you gotta kill me. And you gotta kill me now. And then when you kill me, my legacy will live.